It's training camp season, and today we're going to take a look at the New England Patriots and get a good look at TreVeyon Henderson. We're going to watch him work through some drills, catch some balls, everything else. Before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're looking at your players and what they're doing at training camp every single day. Your rookies, those position battles, and you're drafting these guys in fantasy football here soon. You got to know if they're making the team, climb the depth chart, what they're doing on the field. Click that button. Still know what your players are doing behind the scenes. But today we're looking at TreVeyon Henderson, and he's been lighting it up. He's lighting it up today. He's been looking good. But we're going to loop this and keep talking ball like we always do. But Hendo getting downfield, making plays happen, catching balls. There he is, breaking off some routes, down that way in drills. Pitch and catch should look like pitch and catch. That's what it should look like. Here we go. Solid feet. Boom. Look at that break. Look at that break. Limited drift, if any. Limited drift, if there was any. We're going to see this one again. Did I double tap it? We got to see it again, right? There it is. It's almost like it was cut or something. Oh, my. That was worth seeing twice. That break right there. Here we go. This one blew up today. Whoop! Making a miss. The Swami coming out. Downfield. Downfield. There it is. Bringing it home, guys. Bringing it home. TreVeyon Henderson. Upside for days. Upside for days. That's what you're seeing from him. You're seeing him right out there on the field. Size-wise, not looking bad at all. Not looking bad in the Patriots uniform. He's been making some plays here at camp. Showing that upside, getting work in the passing game, which you would expect considering his receiving profile from Ohio State. You would expect that. Especially, here's this one downfield. Right there he is. Right there he is. I've seen that a bunch of times. But you're looking at TreVeyon Henderson. And what's the impact for the Patriots right now? What's the impact for the Patriots? Really, when you look at everything you got there, you got a batch of good wide receivers with Stephon Diggs. And then you look at the run game last year, it was lacking explosiveness. The whole offense was. You're getting that here. Now in the flat, if nothing's there up top, Drake May can check it down. And you're seeing it right in front of your eyes. If there's green in front of him, if he makes that DB linebacker miss, there's a chunk of yards right there. There's a chunk of yards right there. That's where it fits in. He can carry the ball too. He can carry it up the gut. And if you watch the clips, they're all over the place. From back at Ohio State pass blocking, he'll block your face off. Your face off. His face off too. He can pass block. He'll put his nose right up in there. That's what you're going to get from TreVeyon Henderson. Like, you got a guy that's shot out of a cannon here that can catch the ball in the backfield. You can also use in special teams. And it's going to help Drake May. He's going to have that outlet underneath, the toss to the rock too, that could potentially get you that first down, if not a lot more, especially if there's green there. That's what you're going to get there, and that's going to help him a lot. Drake May should be taking a step forward. I mean, you added this explosive monster in the draft in the second round. You added some help to the offensive line, and then on top of that, you got Stephon Diggs. And now you're in year 2. We should be seeing something out of Drake May. I know there's been some practices he has not been looking good. Just being candid here. There's been some practices where he's been off the mark. There's been a few of them. That was like earlier last week. We're seeing what goes on this week. Training camp's a whole big thing. A month and a half long or so with joint practices mixed in there. So don't get buzzed from a couple practices mixed in the whole pie. TreVeyon Henderson's going to help. TreVeyon Henderson's going to help a lot. You're talking about a 5-star running back prospect that went to Ohio State, which is a tough school to compete at for a young prospect. Hit as a freshman. Hit instantly. Good in the receiving game. Looked like he was going to be the next dude. Looks like he was going to be the next first-round pick from Ohio State. He gets banged up intermittently throughout his career at Ohio State. Comes along, still productive, still having his moments. Last year, put the stamp on things with Quinshon Judkins, and they won the Natty. He was looking good. And at one time, Quinshon Judkins was considered the top running back in college football at Ole Miss. He came along as a freshman there, blew it up in the SEC, had another good year the year after, goes to Ohio State. But the end of that season, it was kind of the Rocky IV effect, where Quinshon Judkins was the Russian and TreVeyon Henderson was Rocky Balboa. At the end of the season, a lot of people were trying to argue which running back they liked the better, but you were getting a lot of people for Hendo. You were getting a lot of people for Hendo cheering his name like at the end of Rocky IV. That's what you were getting. Good players do that. Good players playing with good competition will do that. And he's good in the passing game. Like I said, he's going to help out Drake May. He's good in the run game, good in pass protection. You got Ramondre Stevenson there as a good buffer. That's probably great for Ramondre, honestly. Like Ramondre Stevenson, just being able to grind out those tough yards between the tackles around the goal line. And now you're looking at Hendo here as being that explosive big play back that's also getting a lot of opportunity. I think that's good. I think these two running backs can feed off each other. Now you want to talk fantasy football. Fantasy football, we're in year one, remember. So we're in that rookie season. I always give rookies a grace period, a rookie ramp up. And for every rookie, especially prominent rookies, it's going to be longer than some, shorter than others. That's for sure. But you want to have that baked in. You got to understand that there's going to be a ramp up period. Like it's usually not for rookies day one and they're just completing the offense. Usually it takes some time. Usually something's got to happen or they get worked in. Even if they're getting work, usually there's a ramp-up period till you see the full gusto. Think Lyon McConkey last year. He was showing some of his gusto early in the season. Went off like week 12 to the end of the season, was going off. Top-tier wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 1 every single week, giving you double-digit PPR fantasy production. Could be something like that. Could be. You're looking at a running back here that has some good qualities. A lot of people were talking him up in the first round, went in the second round, which was heavily projected. We're with a team here that needs a running back like him. He's going in round 6-ish range of underdog drafts right now with Caleb Johnson, RJ Harvey, the other rookie running backs. And then you got guys like James Conner, David Montgomery in the same round. And you got some other wide receivers, I believe, like Jerry Jeudy. I almost got ADP memorized. That's why you should listen to me. I got ADP memorized. Like I'm that deep into it. But thinking about that, you're kind of at a crossroads. And it's like a three-way crossroad type deal. One of the crossroad forks is the running backs. You either go with the rookies or you go with those RB2 dependable veterans that are also looking at father time in the face. So you're looking at a rookie ramp up in the face, or you're looking at father time that could possibly be there. You do not know what you're pulling there, but you do see the talent in all those aspects. That third fork in the road there is the wide receivers and other positions. Wide receiver, after you get out of this range, thins out quick as you approach double-digit rounds. So you do have to be, should be very stacked at wide receiver before you approach the double digits of your draft. If not, you're probably not going to like your team. You're just probably not going to like it. You probably can still win the league, but you're going to be the exception. And that being said, running back, you can pound that out and get you some good rookies in the back end of drafts, but less prominent, less of a lane to touches. The upside there, one of those three rookies are going to be league winners, and maybe two of the three. Or maybe the middle one's so-so and the other one's just, you're waiting on. That's the likely outcomes when you're looking at rookies. You could have two big hitters. All three of them could hit. All three of them could be good. But one of them's definitely going to win your league. One of them's definitely going to be the guy. And all of them have phases in their game where they can do it. Caleb Johnson's going to get a lot of work eventually. Eventually, Jalen Warren is going to get usurped by him. He's already making big plays at camp. RJ Harvey's very explosive. You could have Mark Ingram and Kamara there with him and Dobbins. You're looking at Hendo here, very explosive as well, good in the passing game. He's going to be a good outlet in the passing game. How long is the rookie ramp up going to be? That's the thing. You got the forks in the road. You just got to choose where you're going to go. The upside's here. He could be a league winner for you. It could be there. It's baked into the potential. How are you built going into the middle rounds? This is the top of the dead zone, but the dead zone ain't there anymore. Not this year. We're too deep. We won't have it next year either because this year's running back class was good, and those middle rounds are going to be flushed with running back for another year or two. So the dead zone's dead. But the dead zone, the area of it, he's at the top of it, and you're looking at how am I built going into this? Did I go here RB and I'm kind of good? I'm waiting a little bit longer, or I'm going to hit that second running back now? Did I already go running back, and now I got to hit wide receivers? That being said, you're not going with those rookie running backs probably, unless you're just going to really engorge running backs. The strategy and builds this year are going to be very important when you're building your team because of the rookie running backs this year. It's so deep. And then you got the year 2 running backs like Trey Benson that are going very cheap this year that you can approach as well. The running back position is vastly deep this year, and you can make a million different strategies around it. I'm doing strategies and draft strategies on the channel, helping you guys out. And the strategies in your builds, even if you're taking best player available, you're like, I'm just going to draft the best guy. Well, the thing about that, you got to know when the player pool is going to be dead. Because if you got 2 players you like the same, similar talents, different positions, similar upside, but it's a player pool on player B here that's going to ease up and dry out sooner than player A, then guess what? You need to know that. And if you don't know that and you go the other way, and next thing you know, the wide receiver pool dries up 2 rounds from now, and you're like, oh, but there's still running backs? Oh, I better take best player available. You got to know the player pools. That's why you look at the strategies, because it really helps you with the player pools. And instead of the strategy, you know that. So you can dip into the strategy. Sometimes you draft in the strategy not knowing you did. But now if you studied those strategies, you know what's coming up, what's coming off the horizon. You can draft according to that and get ahead of those players, get ahead of your market, especially if you know your league. I'm on a tangent here. This should be its own video. But TreVeyon Henderson is a major focal point of that because we're in the dead zone of those drafts. Right there, start of it. And it's a rookie running back alley versus those handcuffed running backs, those RB2s right there. Those RB2s are not handcuffs, but they're also looking at father time. So there's risk both ways. You got wide receivers. Really depends on how you start your draft. He's got enough upside to win your league. If I'm a Patriots fan, I listen to that. You're looking at a running back here that has the potential to shake up the game, that can help you win some extra games this year. The upside is immense. You got a former 5-star recruit here that can catch ball out of the backfield. Super explosive. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching, though. Catch you on the next video.